What makes us indifferent to what makes us different from animals? Please do ask yourself that. It is the root of all pain and anguish. It is the root of all irritation and fear and consuming everything around you. Death by 1,000 cuts, or much, much worse. Erosions, 1,000 of them, that make you indifferent to the very thing that makes you different, which is to be human. To be human is not just living your life, if you want to call what I'm going to say living, on the most conveniences of the utmost quick reliefs of thought and satisfactions of it, or feelings and satisfactions of them, or sensations or satisfactions of them. We have found ways to prolong them. We have found ways to be deceived by them, all to bury that which screams out so subtly, but is still there. It screams out to let you know, listen. When you look at normal, what is a normal human being? When you look and consider and think what a normal person is, you would be horrified. Because the baseline of normal is highly psychologically regressed and infantile. Most have convenienced themselves in 1,000 different ways for multitudes of years, decades. But all these conditionings and behavioral conditionings, not just behavioral, it all stems from psychological. All these conditionings that come about from the lowest functioning instincts of survival. And we don't even know that is survival. We don't even know who we are, because we seldom ask ourselves, what is it that makes us indifferent to that which makes us different? What makes us indifferent to awareness? What makes us forget about our functions that are trying so hard to keep a tight grip on us? What makes us forget or put it slowly, as if it's in quicksand of the mind, and slowly bury it deep beneath every time it comes up? What is it that makes us never have to see the mirror? That thing behind me is scary as shit for most people. It has been for most humankind. It's a result of all wars, not some wars, most wars, all wars. is what gave birth to violence. It's what prolongs violence. So why ask yourself this? Is prolonging what continues to make us indifferent to the awareness that we need so absolutely. Mind you, I've had my fair share of extremities, far more than most. And I'm amalgamated with all the thousands, in the tens of thousands, of knowledge of psyche, mind, psychiatry, neurology, neurochemistry, all of this, but it's all so meaningless when compared to what is a human being, which is awareness, which is the whole motion of existence itself. Yet we box ourselves, we encapsulate ourselves and prolong those lines that hold us imprisoned in ourselves, because those lines are us. It is this body, it is what's functioning within our mind at a fraction of a millisecond, continuously, with a billion different pathways, all with different means, different reasons. But most our reasons primarily has just been fear and survival. And when that is the reason why we think the way do we do, why we think at all, why we feel the way we do, why we feel at all, if that is the reason, it is just fear. And we've lived in fear for so long that we just wish to prolong it via having meaningless relationships, via having meaningless pleasures, meaningless everything, meaningless meanings. Hinge on and burden ourselves with feelings of yesterday, memories, immemorial memories, and suck the juices out of that when we feel, oh, we're getting closer to ourselves, but we have to run away from ourselves. Continue that pattern. Hide, hide, run, run. I want to be a star. I want to be great. I want to be famous. I want to be all these things. I want to have the prettiest and sexiest and hottest person. I want to have the most money and the most shine. Yeah, you want all that because you don't want yourself. You hate yourself. It's how you lived your life, not me. Not to say I haven't for a very long time, but I am sharing. This is your life. But is it your life? If it is what was made for you for billions of years of rudimentary functionings, you give into the first thought, you give into the first feeling, you give into the first sensation. Is that your life? That's no life at all. Has enough addiction solved it? Has enough prolonging of feelings, more feelings, chasing new sensations, wanting new desires, wanting new experiences. Oh, How about this? I want to be spiritual. I want to be enlightened. But we are again functioning off the same wants and fears of chasing. But when we aware of ourselves, that is what makes us different. That is what makes us human. When we aware of the functionings that occur in us and then test them by placing ourselves in contrast to the world, in contrast to another human being, without wanting anything from them. That is love. And let's say you're in their contrast, and a sprout comes up. I want this, and you begin daydreaming, etc. How do you handle yourself? That is what life is. But if you want to prolong your indifferenceness and continue a way of life that is not even a way of life, it's not life at all. It is a prolonged funeral where you are buried in yourself. That is not life. If you want to prolong that, then go in. Continue that fantasy that pops up when you're in front of a pretty lady, pretty man. Because to even say they are pretty is a judgment. No different than to call them hideous, or to call someone else a piece of garbage, or to say they are XYZ. It's a judgment, and we judge, which is think and subscribe simultaneously is one process. It happens so quick. It's the same thing. But all in all, that judgment is I know. And when we subscribe to that, our brain does not grow. We do not grow. And we remain trapped in our knowledge, our pathways. We remain trapped in a way of life that is no life at all. We remain indifferent to everything. We remain indifferent to the world. But above all, I want you to ask, what keeps you indifferent from being different as yourself? Please ask yourself. Because in you awareing of that, it puts an end to all misery, pain, grief, anguish, this circular motion of life, which is not life at all. It's a repetition, and that repetition comes from conditionings, and that conditioning is you. Prolong it, and you forget who you are, and you subscribe more and quadruple and thousand times more, double down, thousand times down more into a facade, an image that is you, not the real you. Please ask yourself this. What makes you indifferent?